So this is a test of one of my knives. It's a Tanto 1/8 inch thick 1095 steel, and pretty much a normal looking knife, and I just thought I'd test it out, check the steel and everything, see how well it held up. I'm going to do some unusual tests that some people might not do with a knife, especially this size. But I'm going to go punch through a can of corn, cut some plastic, try to cut this rope, and chop some wood. And I took a picture of the blade edge before I started, and then I'll take a picture of it afterwards. Always do the newspaper cut at the start and at the end, and it cuts really well. So we'll see how well it does. If it has any little burrs it might catch. So cardboard is something that knives cut a lot. So I'll cut some of this up. Sorry for the background noise. I got my hat turned backwards because I have to look through the camera lens. Anyway, it's cutting cardboard really well. So, doing that. Plastic would probably be the next thing if you ever needed a part of a... Actually, you can make rope out of this plastic by cutting it in strips and then weaving it together. It's doing really good there. So, cutting plastic good. Let me cut off the top part here. It all squishes down on me. There we go. Be more careful to cut it off better. Okay, the rope test is something I don't know if a little knife like this can do, but I'll try to hit it right here and see if it will work. And it did. That's cool. Cut it really nicely. Next thing before I get to the real torture, the can, is to chop a piece of wood for a while. This is not a chopper, of course, but I'm just trying to do a little bit of a torture type thing. Stab the tip a few times. Notice I have my gloves on, I have my finger above here. Let me see if you can see that. 2x4 over there before I continue on. Yes, you can. So, doing a good job there. Let's try the can. This makes sense if you don't have a can opener and you're out in the woods and you really need the what's in the can. You don't have a army little PT whatever can opener or anything, so maybe you have a knife. Be safe here too. There we go. So I got a hole there now. I can pour the corn out. Got a wet knife. Let me take my glasses off and just look and see. Wow, that blade looks as smooth as it did to start with. I check my heat treat on my knives like this just to see how much they hold up. So I think it's doing pretty good. Let me get a piece of kindling. I'm going to go off screen here just for a second. Sorry about that. Let's see how well it cuts. Finer stuff. Oh, nice. Makes nice curls. I'm impressed. The thing about these testings that I do, you and I both are the first to see it, so I've never tested this knife until now, and you're seeing what I'm seeing to start with. So it's really doing a good job. I'm impressed. Let's do the paper at the end here. Now I'll take a picture. Yeah. Hold it right here. Get this side. Actually, it doesn't cut the paper quite as well. So I gotta admit that. Yeah. It's not cutting it as well as it did before. Or else I'm not holding it as well. Yeah, so the edge isn't quite as good as it started out to be. I sure don't see any nicks or anything in it though. It feels really sharp. But it kind of failed my paper cutting test. I mean, it's cutting it, but not quite as good as it was before. So all in all, I'm pretty impressed though. Cutting through steel, plastic, wood, cut the rope, cardboard, and it still looks great. And I can't see any dings or anything on it, but the paper test did show that it may be just a little bit less sharp than it started with. But all in all, I'm really impressed with it. Thank you.